We begin with ants. No, not that kind. The ones that ruin picnics. There are many ant weather myths. Some say they get very busy before rain and move as if in fast forward. Another is they actually close the hole at the top of their anthill just before it rains. But the most common is the taller ants build their hills, the snowier the winter.
The myth is if anthills are high in July, then winter will be snowy. Not to make a mountain out of an anthill, but this doesn't work.
While they do build elaborate evacuation tunnels to keep dry and even move their eggs deeper when it's cold, there is no evidence they can foretell upcoming seasons. That myth is busted.
And our next weather myth is a strange one. Can it rain fish?
A tornado over water is called a waterspout. As it passes over oceans, lakes, and rivers, the intense area of low pressure acts like a straw and sucks up water and occasionally a fish or two. When the storm makes land, much of what was drawn into the clouds falls back to the ground. There have been a few documented instances of it raining the fish.
So while it's rare, there have been cases where fish have actually fallen from the sky.
So that myth is true. Our next weather myth: can dandelions forecast the weather? The poet Walt Whitman called them innocent, golden, and calm as the dawn. Dandelions have been called many things.
Some folks say they're flowers. Others say they're an herb. And the root and the stem, some have even called a vegetable. But if you like a weed-free lawn like me, they're just a pest.
In fair weather, the fuzzy heads open up. But as the storm approaches, they can shut down, like the closing of an umbrella. When the storm passes, the dandelions, like some other plants, open up. So if you see a dandelion closed, it may mean rain is coming. That myth is true. Here's a myth I've heard for years. You can use a barometer to catch a fish. Not as a high-tech bait, but using the barometer pressure values to tell you if the fish are biting. We met Eufaula fishing pro Larry Ray to ask if there's anything to this weather myth.
If a front's coming in and the wind's blowing pretty good and it may be cloudy and rainy, during the bass are way more active and they're a lot easier to catch.
Some say anytime the barometer is rapidly rising or rapidly falling, fishing is better. Once the storm hits and the pressure is low, fish dive deep to equalize the drop in the pressure. Then the fish won't bite. Ray says fishing pros are a superstitious bunch and will try anything to catch a fish.
I've known guys that wouldn't change their underwear if they're doing really good during a tournament. I'd change mine no matter what.
Thanks for that information, Larry, and for confirming our weather myth. That myth is true.